So, welcome back, vinyl community. Today we go with the big one. Mofi, Mobile Fidelity Soundlab. It's probably the most known brand in this audiophile scene, and somehow by right, sometimes you should discuss their editions. But for this first part, I really put out the big guns. And with those big guns, there I think is no discussion about quality or do they sound really that good. Because today in the first part of the Mofi, the Mobile Fidelity Soundlab series, I will start with the Mofi one steps. And I start, as I did nearly all the time when I begin a new series, I start with one of my favorites, or maybe my favorite edition of this series, and this is, in that case, Marvin Gaye. What's going on? I think this is a true marvel, a true gem. Such a beautiful edition. I come to that again later, because first I want to talk about the term one step. What does Mofi mean by one step? And in every edition they put an explanation, and there you see, this is the one-step process, and this is the process how it really usually goes. So here you have 1, 2, 3 steps, and this is the final. This is the final vinyl you get. And on the other you have the lacquer, you have the father, you have the mother, you have the stamper, and then you have your disc. In the one-step process, you only have the lacquer, you convert it, and then you press it to vinyl. Probably a very complicated, but sound-wise, a huge gain in quality. Additionally, I think it's since Bridge Over Troubled Water, they do it on the same vinyl. At least I think it's the same vinyl as the SRX releases from Music Matters, this semi-transparent vinyl, which is really quiet. So let's go back to the Marvin Gaye edition. I'm sure a lot of you know this record, so I don't have to say much about the music. This one is mastered by Krieg Wunderlich, which is a brand by its own. If you see his name on a Mofi release, you can be sure this will be a fantastic, dramatically good edition. And I'm very sure, of course I haven't heard all releases of Marvin Gaye's What's Going On, but this is by far the best edition I've ever heard from this record. And if somebody says, who listens to this edition, oh, I don't hear any difference, okay, if that happens, I don't know what to say, because it's it's gorgeous. Trust me on that. As always, I want to talk a little about the availability, and they do relatively high numbers with the one steps. Of course, the first one, the Abraxas, was very limited. I think that was some kind of marketing, but the others, at least when it goes, when Bridge Over Troubled Water came out, they are around 5,000 to 7,500, which is quite a lot. So at Mofi, on their website, most of them are sold out, but they are still available, they are still attainable, at least through Discogs, For example, this Marvin Gaye goes around, I wrote it, give me a second. This one goes around $200, quite a lot, but please consider that the initial price when they release their one steps, they are around $124 already. So it's not for the faint of heart, but usually those editions are worth it. So next one. Yes, Fragile. So if you want to show someone how good prog rock can sound, this is the edition to go. Again, done by Krieg Wunderlich, marvelous, great sound stage, unbelievable dynamics, beautiful separation, great one. I unpack this one so you can see how these editions are filled, what's inside of them. Give me a sec. Nothing spectacular. So then in this case you have a very little, very nice booklet. Then you have this one, this print, but it's not the record. Then you have the explanation, which I already showed you. And then comes the 2 discs. They are always 45 rounds per minute, so you have 2 discs. Put in, again, very well packed. Second disc. So they are all the same. All the releases are the same with the same kind of extras and all 45 rounds per minute. So I have 2 more to go in this part 1 of the Mofi one-step releases, and we go with Simon and Garfunkel, Bridge Over Troubled Water. So as I told you sometimes, I don't want to go on and now say how great this one, they are all outrageous. They are all fantastic. Again, Mr. Krieg Wunderlich. I have also in this case, I haven't heard all the releases, of course, but it can't get better. Those one steps are great, and I think this is the first one with the SRX vinyl. And this one is sold out and goes on Discogs for around a mint copy for around $250. But surely it's worth the money. It's a beautiful edition. And the last one for this video is one of the greatest jazz records ever, and this is Thelonious Monk, Monk's Dream. It's one of the newer releases, so it's still available. We can get it around 160 to 180 euros on Discogs in a mint quality. And again, it's so damn good. Such a beauty of a record. I love those Mofi one steps. Again, Krieg Wunderlich, and I hope that they won't pull the plug on it, but I don't think they'll do. Sometimes they choose strange editions where I don't know why has this one go on a one step, but that we have this record in this quality or that record in this quality is amazing. That's so beautiful, so great. So, and in the last time before the COVID-19 pandemic, they really were on fire with their releases. They put out every 2 months one edition, and I loved it because the broader this series goes, the better for me in my opinion. And what I've heard, the next upcoming releases are Stevie Ray Vaughan. Then one of my most beloved records, it's Blood, Sweat and Tears, the second of them. Great record. I've heard rumors about an Electric Light Orchestra edition, a Paul Simon One Step. So let's see what comes in the future, but as of course those are not all my Mofi One Steps, there will be a second and a third part of the series, and we will go on. They still release them and I show them to you. As always, I will be very pleased if you put down your comments and questions, so let's get into a little discussion, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you. Bye.